I just paid $300 US for this chunk machine from 13 years ago.
Which is pretty good for an indestructible laptop.
Indestructible, you say? You know what? Challenge accepted. But before we test Keith's claims, there's legitimately a lot to love about these things. They're rated to withstand rain, heat, humidity, freezing temperatures, gale force winds, and even gravity. At least from a limited height, and specifically when dropped onto a 2-inch thick piece of plywood, which is strangely specific if you think about it, and also raises some interesting questions. If these tests from the military standards test methods are so prescriptive, do they really translate into better real-world durability? And since they're strictly pass-fail tests, what kind of non-breaking damage might occur to the device as we approach its limits? Can it surpass the testing limits in any major way while still being able to function well enough to open a Word document or a game or the segue to our sponsor?
Origin PC. Configure your next-gen gaming desktop or laptop and save big. We're talking up to $900 off select laptops and up to $275 off select desktops. Those are big, not small numbers. Click the link below to see them.
Given the specs of this thing, not to mention its antiquated design, I was very surprised to discover that the price I paid wasn't terribly out of line with the market. And as it turns out, Keith was right that there are industries where people still love these machines and will pay dearly to replace them, like construction, law enforcement, and agriculture, which makes a ton of sense if you think about it. If you only need a laptop that's powerful enough to do word processing, small spreadsheets, or basic web browsing, your primary concern isn't going to be how many gigahertz it has, but rather its ability to survive. But how do we quantify who makes the most durable machine? I mean, you could just buy computers from everyone, give them hell and see what happens, but developing a consistent test methodology for that would be time-consuming, expensive, and completely unnecessary when the US military already did it for you. Given their tendency to use equipment in a variety of less than ideal conditions, in 1962, the United States Air Force released the first version of Military Standard 810, Environmental Test Methods for Aerospace and Ground Equipment. The purpose was, on its face, simple. Create tests that ensure that devices will continue to function in the same environments where soldiers can function and, where applicable, make sure that they and the soldiers who rely on them won't blow up. But that focused purpose has left some, let's call them gaps in the methodology. While Mil Standard 810 does encourage tailoring and it includes guidance to modify each test situation to make it more appropriate for the device and your use case, it does still include guidelines that could make it easier for a less than robust product to pass. Take the drop test as an example of this. It specifies that a device must be able to survive falls of 4, 5, and 6 feet. Why do you guys think I needed a ladder to drop something from 6 feet? Okay, it doesn't matter. The point is, that seems reasonable on the surface, except that every drop gets done onto plywood that is exactly 2 inches thick, placed on top of concrete, which is extremely specific. And while it's supposed to be dropped 26 times at each height, up to 5 samples can be used, and those same 5 samples do not have to be used at each height of the drop test. That means you get up to 15 mulligans across 78 total drops, meaning with some RNG luck, you could have them break almost every 5 drops and still pass the spec. As for our unit, you can see it's still working after multiple takes of our 4-foot drop, and to their credit, Panasonic states that they used the same single unit for all 78 drops. Time to try 5 feet. But it's important to keep in mind that, like other tests in the standard, this is meant to, and I quote, provide a degree of confidence that the device can physically and functionally withstand the relatively infrequent, non-repetitive shocks encountered in handling, transportation, and service environments. Vaughn, can I borrow you for a sec? So, here, hold on, actually I have to open this.
Okay, what's up?
Have a look at, So, in other words, what I'm trying to say is it's not an invitation to use dropping your laptop down the stairs as a party trick.
She scared me.
I feel kind of bad giving her without even closing the lid, but hey, you don't pick when your laptop falls. Stylus took the brunt of that one, but the machine itself, pretty much unscathed. In other words, these tests are designed to ensure that the item should work in the normal, day-to-day operating conditions of the US military, and nothing more than that, which has led to a significant amount of consumer confusion because these mil standard 810 tests have been used to tack dubious, military grade, will never fail marketing jargon onto everything from disappearing fighter jets to tactical sunglasses. And it gives people the wrong idea. I mean, some of the tests, like the low temperature one that's running behind me, only go down to negative 10 degrees Fahrenheit, about minus 23 in real units, which is warmer than the annual coldest day experienced at the military base in Minot, North Dakota, and warmer than a lot of days here in Canada. Now, non-operating tests are run at lower temperatures, down to minus 60 Fahrenheit, but that doesn't validate that your system's gonna work in Iqaluit. It only validates that it won't break in storage if you decide to keep it in your cryogenic freezer overnight.
How do you know it's cold?
I don't know.
Maybe touch your tongue to it?
Oh, that'd be funny.
No, don't do it, don't do it!
Didn't stick. You can definitely tell she's cold though. Let's get a close-up of just showing the touchscreen. Similarly, the humidity test is fantastic if you want to make sure that a laptop will survive hot, dank environments, but as a non-operational test, it won't actually tell you if you can build a spreadsheet in the Amazon rainforest. It only tests if it can survive being stored at 95% relative humidity, cycled between 86 and 140 degrees Fahrenheit, or 30 to 60 C. It doesn't check if it can survive being used there. Did ours pass? One sec. Should be pretty tropical in here. Ooh! Oh, it stinks. I love this power button. Oh yeah! I mean, it wasn't in there very long. And that's not nearly as challenging as our next test. Okay, so now we can set it to 60. Look at that, CPU's running at 77 degrees, playing back Crab Rave, and we're not even close to maximum temperatures yet. And there it is. Given the way modern electronics struggle even at room temperature, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing is turned off. I actually can't see it from here. Oh, that's hot, wow! No way! Not only is she totally fine other than being pretty warm to the touch, but it only went up another 6 degrees. So I guess those fans are just working, wait. There are no fans! How does it cool this thing? Impressive. Now, as a foreign civilian, I'm not going to pass judgment on the process or the exact state of things at the moment, but I do think it is fair to say that part of the reason for this inconsistency is that the standards documentation has ballooned to more than 1,000 pages over the years as additional things get tacked on. And if you want to know how or why certain tests were decided on, you need to read an additional 200 plus pages from Herbert Egbert's book, The History and Rationale of Mil Standard 810. With a riveting title like that, you know it's going to be a real page turner. Anyway, Keith has gotten to be right a lot of times in this video so far. And frankly, I'm tired of it. So I think it's time to go full smooth brain and prove that if we ditch the scientific testing and go full unscientific, this can, in fact, be destroyed. Here we go. No, I need 2 inches of plywood. We're not barbarians here. Let's try 6 feet though, the limits of the test spec. Oh, that's hard to watch. Hey, something popped off. SD card slot, PCM stay, really? Let's do it again. Totally fine. How about with some pizzazz? Oh no, the strap. Nope, not broken. Let's push it further. How about 8 feet? Oh! Look at this crater in the plywood. Oh, it was the other half of the stylus that was still stuck in the machine. It's clear that gravity's not gonna get us there. How about our friend H2O? Oh, the plumbing is everywhere. How about some mood music? Wow, we're losing so much. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. The point is, it's getting very wet. With an IP65 water and dust resistance rating, I wouldn't expect it to survive being fully submersed, but I also wasn't really expecting it to just shrug off showers like this without skipping a beat. Oh no. Gotta get the water out of the speaker so we can hear Crab Ray better. This is amazing. I hate the resistive trackpad when I'm just using it normally, but when the thing's wet and the trackpad still works, that's freaking awesome. I know what the problem is. It's got beefed up water elemental resistance. Well, I think we all know how to solve that. Yeah, that's more like it. Wait, oh no, that's not even part of the mill standard. We need to put it out. Quick, the mud, get it in the mud. Surely you guys knew this video was gonna go off the rails at some point, right? I did not think this one, oh my God, is it still playing? Did we get it? Oh my God, the trackpad even works right now. Are you seeing this? Oh, we melted the keyboard a little bit. That may have been an error. I think I know how to fix that. If the opposite of water is fire, then the opposite of fire is also water. This will undo everything we just did, surely. Oh yeah. I mean, that's good for the plumbing, right? Oh, it's hot. Is hot water closer to water or fire? Pristine. Here you go, buddy. Are the speakers dead though? This melted keyboard still works. Look at it. I've got to go. I have badminton training in 15 minutes. We need some more ideas. Oh wait, I forgot. We're not barbarians. Gotta be on to 3 inches of plywood. Boom! Stop, come on! We lost a battery. Stop. You did not. I may not have time to solve this right now. I've got to go. What the crap? Does this keyboard still work? I went right over the keyboard. Stop it. Are you kidding me? I got places to be. Did I get it? She's finally dead. Sort of. I only managed to kill the screen. We'll figure that out tomorrow. In the meantime, I really do need to go. Here, catch. Don't you hate it when that happens? I completely misread the time. I'm not due there for an hour. Let's find out if this thing works. Okay. Oh no, no way. I saw that screen flicker when I plugged in the display. No, it still works! Stop! Does that count?
It's still a functional computer.
Dang it! I have an idea. Let's put that, I was about to say dropout education to use. That's what this hoodie sweatsuit is called, the dropout, LTTU. And then I dropped the thing. Doesn't matter. The point is, grab some goggles. Oh, I got it. Well, that was quick. Wait. No! That did nothing! Oh, do you want to get a close-up for mine?
Yep, go for it.
Oh, that one turns it off. Wait, did we get it? Okay. Oh yeah, she's dead. Oh, she's quite smiley now. So there, Keith, indestructible? I think not. In fairness to him though, it took a lot more effort to destroy this thing than even the military standards test for. And when we asked our Dell rep about any interesting stories that they might have around their rugged line of laptops, they shared these photos with us of a Dell Latitude Rugged Extreme from a police cruiser that was shot with a rifle during a high-speed pursuit. I wouldn't call it bulletproof, but it's certainly bullet resistant. So if you're in the market for a laptop that can withstand the elements, is it worth looking at how it fared in the military standards tests? The answer is yes, but also only sort of. See, it's not necessary for companies to use independent testing before they make claims of military-grade endurance. But many rugged device manufacturers not only do get their claims tested independently, they also often publish the final results and post videos of the procedures. And I mean, why shouldn't they, right? If you're selling durability, a video of your laptop being pelted with sand or dropped by a robot arm might just lead to a sale or thousands of sales. Just make sure that if you're shopping for something like this, probably in a procurement department, you are looking into the actual testing being done. The takeaway then isn't that rugged laptops are weaker than they appear, clearly, but rather that the current standards of testing don't ensure a fair playing field for all of the participants in this niche but lucrative market. Speaking of lucrative, this segue to our sponsor.
Seasonic. They're a company that has spent generations honing their ability to make really good power supplies. Take the TX1000 model as an example. While it can't form solid metal shapes like knives and stabbing weapons, its hybrid fan control system lets you keep your system quiet without compromising temperature or the fate of humanity. This is a Terminator reference. And if you hate paying for electricity you don't even use, the TX1000 is power efficient enough to secure an 80+ platinum rating, so you can say hasta la vista, baby, to higher electricity costs. There's no costly RGB, cosmetics, or mimetic polyalloy here. You pay for performance and reliability, the things that matter when you're energizing your PC's expensive electronics. Plus, Seasonic respects its product and your money enough to back the TX1000 with a 12-year warranty and stellar customer support should you ever have an issue. So if you want a reliable power supply for your next build, or even an upgrade for your current one, check out Seasonic at the link below and Skynet yourself a TX1000. Okay.
If you liked this video, maybe check out the time Hacksmith Industries came over and we cooled a PC with fire.